Welcome to Recap King. In this video, we will explain Sailor Suit and Machine Gun, Graduation. This movie tells the story of a high school student who is the heir to a Yakuza clan. Although she had refused to become a Yakuza leader, she changed her mind when her clan was accused of drug trafficking by another Yakuza clan. Could she, as the Yakuza leader, uncover drug trafficking cases and clear the good name of her clan? Let's find out in Sailor Suit and Machine Gun, Graduation. Sailor Suit and Machine Gun, Graduation begins by showing the classroom atmosphere in a high school in Japan. During the shouting of classmates, a small and beautiful girl was seen sleeping on her bench. The girl is Izumi Hoshi, a senior student who looks not much different from other high school students. When Izumi came home from school, she didn't see anything strange from everyday life. She went home with 3 other male students, but a man who looked like an employee stopped them in the middle of the road. They were not suspicious when the man, a Yakuza member of the Hamaguchi clan named Tsukunaga, gave a coupon for opening a cafe. Tsukunaga's gaze seemed full of meaning as he stared at Izumi, which made her seem stunned by him until Izumi's friend teased that Izumi liked Tsukunaga. Long story short, the 4 high school students parted ways, and Izumi continued on her way home. Izumi's residence turns out to be a small cafe where an old man named Toi is promoting and inviting people to enter the cafe, while 2 other male employees, Haruo and Yuji, are inside the cafe. All 3 are former Yakuza from the Medaka clan, previously chaired by Izumi's uncle. After Izumi's uncle died, the 3 remaining Yakuza from the Medaka clan worked at the cafe while protecting Izumi. An argument broke out in front of the cafe when Izumi was about to enter the cafe. She refuses to be called boss by the 3 Yakuza, even though, according to them, she is currently the head of the Medaka Yakuza clan. Just then, another young woman suddenly came into the cafe. She spoke to Izumi and asked for her help to disband a fake modeling agency operating in the area. Long story short, Izumi, Toi, Haruo, and Yuji came to the modeling agency and immediately dismissed them. Yuji intimidated the agency employees while Izumi and the woman asked the other girls on the site to leave. But before Izumi and her subordinate left, one of the agency employees said that they had received protection from the Hamaguchi clan. Hearing this, Izumi forced her subordinates to leave quickly so they wouldn't have any further dealings with other Yakuza clans. Sure enough, they were stopped by a black car on their way home, where 2 Yakuza came out and immediately immobilized Haruo and Yuji with a stun gun. The incident did not seem to make Izumi flinch. Instead, she seemed annoyed and immediately asked them to take her to meet the head of the Hamaguchi clan. Izumi arrived at Hamaguchi's headquarters, where the other Yakuza seemed flabbergasted to see a petite girl walking confidently past them to come face to face with the leader. After meeting the leader of the Hamaguchi clan, Izumi asked the purpose of why he was looking for her. Hamaguchi's leader explained that he had heard reports that she was running an illegal business in his area. Izumi denies it, saying that she and the remaining members of the Medaka clan only run a small cafe business. That's when Tsukunaga came with evidence in the form of biscuits filled with drugs, but Izumi still denied it because she didn't think she knew that. She actually accused Hamaguchi of illegal acts by providing protection to a fraudulent modeling agency. While they were still arguing, suddenly the headquarters door opened, and Toi came with a bomb. He threatens to blow himself up and everyone else in the base if they don't free Izumi. Before leaving, Izumi reiterates that she has nothing to do with the drug business. Izumi's assertiveness makes Tsukunaga suspect that another party is running this illegal business. The moving scene shows a city plan being observed by a man. The man is Yasui, the owner of the Horiachi Corporation, which oversees the pharmaceutical company Kanto Horiachi, and the urban planning company Horiachi City Design. Yasui apparently has ambitions to turn the city into a modern city. At the time, he was informed about the existence of 2 Yakuza in power in the city, which finally made Yasui order his men to look for information about them, including Izumi. One of Yasui's subordinates, a policeman, Mabuchi, managed to get information about Izumi's past. It is revealed that Izumi is an orphan who used to be raised alone by her uncle, who loves her very much. Izumi's uncle didn't want to make her uncomfortable with the presence of the guards, so when he picked up Izumi after school, he was alone without a guard to protect him. Unfortunately, this is exploited by a Yakuza from an enemy clan who shoots at Izumi's uncle when he picks Izumi up after school. After her uncle's death, Izumi finds out about the Yakuza Medaka and that her uncle is the head of the clan. Because she still has her uncle's blood, she was appointed the new head of the Medaka clan. After the ratification ceremony, Izumi plans revenge for her uncle's death. Along with Toi, Haruo, and Yuji, she went to the Hamaguchi clan headquarters and immediately shot them all with machine guns. The scene moves back to the present, where Izumi and the members of the Medaka clan are trying to investigate the circulation of drug biscuits. They go to Izumi's young male friend, Taro, and ask about the biscuits. He confirmed that there was indeed a circulation of the drug biscuits in the city, so Izumi planned the next step of the investigation. Haruo disguised himself as Taro and came to a drug dealer selling biscuits this time. The disguise was almost exposed. Fortunately, Izumi and Yuji came to lighten the mood at that time. Based on information from the group of drug dealers, they have received protection from the Hamaguchi clan. Izumi finally reports the investigation results to the police, who apparently is Mabuchi. But at that time, Mabuchi said he could not receive the report because he was on leave. On the other hand, Mabuchi actually reported to Yasui that Izumi had exposed the distribution of drug biscuits. Yasui calls Seta, his subordinate, an assassin, to continue the plan on a larger scale. Seta said that the drug biscuits distribution had reached Izumi's school. Sure enough, there was a commotion at Izumi's school because a female student seemed to be hallucinating after consuming the biscuit. One of them tried to run away when other friends, including Izumi, tried to take the biscuits until she was finally hit by a car. This incident made Izumi feel very guilty. When she comes home from school with her 3 male friends, Izumi is still sad to see the campaign of a candidate for mayor, Kusake Beato. In the evening, Mabuchi and other police officers raided the Hamaguchi clan's headquarters to look for evidence of their involvement in distributing drug biscuits. During the investigation, Yasui and Seta immediately accused Hamaguchi of involvement with the death of a student at Izumi's school. Hamaguchi denied the accusation, but Yasui continued to corner him. He finally offered 2 choices for Hamaguchi to join and follow Yasui's orders or have Mabuchi continue the investigation until the court dissolved his clan. Hamaguchi had no other choice but to join Yasui's henchmen in carrying out the plan. On the other hand, Tsukunaga turns out to be investigating the connection between Hamaguchi, Yasui, and the mayoral candidate, Kusakabe. With 3 of his men, Tsukunaga secretly collects the evidence and calls Izumi to meet at a motel. Upon meeting, Tsukunaga begs Izumi to join him in continuing the investigation for the city's sake. Unfortunately, at that time, she was still doubtful and said she couldn't make any decisions yet. But after that, a big change actually happened in Izumi's life. Starting from Izumi's friends begin to stay away after knowing the background of the Yakuza and Izumi, even though she had explained that the Yakuza clan had stopped, until the residents who protested at the cafe asked that there be no Yakuza in their area. Izumi, who had just come home from school, tried to calm the residents down and ensure that the Medaka Yakuza clan was gone, but had to lose because the person in charge of the protest, who appeared to be wearing a pin from Yasui's company, provoked the residents by saying the cafe was selling drug biscuits. The situation was getting hotter, and the residents started trying to damage the cafe. That's when Toi, who tried to stop the residents' action, pushed one of the protesters to the ground until Mabuchi finally caught Toi and took him to the police station. Izumi felt very sad and hopeless, especially after the residents were successfully disbanded and the cafe was already in disrepair. She finally contacted Tsukunaga and confirmed that she would join him. The next day, Tsukunaga and Izumi went to a drug biscuit dealer who was watching a movie at the time. Both threatened the man to reveal who was behind the drug trafficking in the area. While Izumi records the conversation, the man finally admits that Seta told him to distribute drug biscuits. But right at that moment, 2 masked men attacked the drug dealer for leaking information. Seeing this, Izumi and Tsukunaga tried to escape, but another masked man came to attack them. The fight was unavoidable until finally, the knife from one of the men hit Tsukunaga's back and tore his shirt, revealing the Yakuza tattoo on his back. Despite the fierce battle, Tsukunaga and Izumi managed to escape to the building that was once used as Medaka's headquarters. Not long after that, Haruo and Yuji followed to Medaka's headquarters to tell Izumi that the man at the modeling agency had been found dead. Tsukunaga realizes that this is Yasui's attempt to slander them, so he urges Izumi to reveal the case based on the evidence that has been collected. Izumi agreed and then revived the Medaka clan inherited from her uncle, which she had previously closed. In the evening, Izumi came to the bar where Yasui, Hamaguchi, and all the crew were gathered. Full of confidence, Izumi stepped onto the stage and introduced herself as the 4th-generation leader of the Medaka clan, who was now back on her feet. After that, she revealed evidence of Yasui's involvement in the distribution of drug biscuits, including a voice recording from the dealer who said that he received orders from Seta. Izumi then approached Hamaguchi, asking why he wanted to become a subordinate of Yasui's corporation. Izumi's words angered Yasui, and he stood up to threaten her. Izumi's position is getting cornered. Both Haruo and Yuji have been caught by Yasui's men. Meanwhile, the Hamaguchi members pointed a gun at Tsukunaga so that he would not interfere. Yasui continued to intimidate Izumi, and one of his men grabbed Izumi's neck and hung her on the stage. Yasui arrogantly said that this was what would happen to them if they fought him. But on the other hand, Hamaguchi, who had previously felt insulted by Izumi's words, instead stood up from the chair and expressed his disagreement with Yasui's plan. Hearing this, Yasui thoughtlessly shot him to death. This action apparently made Yasui lose his mind. He immediately revealed to Izumi that Tsukunaga actually shot her uncle. Yasui then again raised the gun to shoot Tsukunaga, but a member of the Hamaguchi clan saved him. After that, there was a fierce battle between members of the Hamaguchi clan and Yasui's men, where among the chaos, Tsukunaga managed to free Izumi. When Yasui was about to run away, Tsukunaga tried to catch up but was blocked by the members who kept trying to shoot him. At that time, Mabuchi was about to shoot Tsukunaga, but Izumi saved him. As a result, Mabuchi catches Izumi and is about to shoot her, making Yuji desperate to detonate dynamite at Mabuchi. The explosion frees Izumi, pulling her back by Tsukunaga to avoid being shot. Meanwhile, Yuji, who saw that, held back a shot from Yasui's member until one of the bullets hit his stomach. Haruo managed to escape to the pickup truck and continued to shoot at the members who were still trying to catch up to Izumi and Tsukunaga. Unfortunately, even though they managed to get into the back of the pickup, Yuji continued to be the target of gunfire until he was killed. After being in a safe area, Izumi realized that Haruo had died from being shot in the back. Izumi and Tsukunaga head to a forest area to bury Haruo. That's when Izumi, who is still hysterical after the deaths of those closest to her, blames Tsukunaga. She accused him of murdering her uncle. Tsukunaga tried to apologize until he finally grabbed a gun and asked Izumi to shoot him in the head if she couldn't forgive him. Izumi, ignited by the fire of anger, finally shot into the air and invited him to plan revenge against Yasui. The revenge plan begins with Izumi preparing her machine gun first. Meanwhile, Toi escapes from the police. After that, the three of them came to Yasui's company. In the corridor leading to Yasui's room, Seta blocked them. Tsukunaga, who had prepared for the fight, quite easily killed him with a stab in the stomach. Then the three of them proceeded to enter Yasui's room. Coincidentally, in Yasui's room, there were Mabuchi and the candidate for mayor, Kusakabe, with their respective bodyguards. Without saying much, Tsukunaga, Izumi, and Toi fired at the city design in Yasui's room before aiming fire at the guards. The guards who didn't stay still had time to return fire, which hit Toi's arm. However, Tsukunaga and Izumi did not flinch and continued to shoot the office with gunfire. Finally, Mabuchi and Kusakabe gave up and begged for mercy, making Yasui angry and killing them both. As Yasui aimed a shot at Izumi, Tsukunaga quickly jumped forward so that he collapsed and was hit in the chest. The gunfire didn't stop, and Yasui's shot hit Izumi's arm, causing Izumi to fall down. When Yasui got close to reshooting Izumi and finished her off, Toi got up and shot him straight away. Despite collapsing, Yasui apparently wasn't dead. Izumi stood up to point the machine gun at Yasui's head, but unfortunately, she didn't dare to shoot. Meanwhile, Yasui grabbed the gun and was about to shoot her when Tsukunaga suddenly got up and stabbed a knife into Yasui's body. Yasui fell and died instantly. Likewise, Tsukunaga immediately collapsed after using his last breath to stab Yasui. Meanwhile, when the police arrive, Toi tells Izumi he will turn himself in and bear all the punishment for the murder so that she is not imprisoned. The ending of the film Sailor Suit and Machine Gun, Graduation shows Izumi visiting her uncle's grave to tell about her life. Then she continued her life at the cafe, and she seemed to have established a good relationship with the local residents who had previously demonstrated. Even at school, Izumi managed to graduate and looked at the camera happily at the graduation ceremony. The moral that can be learned from this movie is that no matter what, a tiny and cute girl can be scary when she uses a machine gun to kill.